Hello, reception. In this video, you're going to be introduced to woodlands and forests all around the world. Okay, there's lots of different animals and very interesting animals that live in those woods and forests. But before we can go and meet them, we need to have a think about what the world looks like. Do you know what the world looks like? That's very interesting. Let me show you what the world looks like. So this is the globe. And the globe is it's a round 3D map to show us what the world looks like. Okay, so if you can see that it's got all the different countries of the world, and it's a way that we can know where they are. Okay, now the world, if you go up in a rocket to space, the world is round like a big ball. It's called a sphere. A sphere. And this is what the world looks like in space, from space. So the globe is a map of all the different countries and the big parts of the world, all the big parts of land as well. Okay, so in the world there are 6 major parts of land that we can refer to and that we're going to visit today in this video to meet animals. Okay, and those parts of land, like this one here, this is called Africa, and Africa is a continent. Okay, so we're going to visit each 6 continents and meet some animals. So let's have a closer look at what those continents look like. Okay, so this map shows that the world is made up of continents. Can you say continents? That's right, continents. And continents are a large piece of land where there's lots of woods and forests. Okay, and in this picture you can see anywhere there's really dark green, that's a forest, and anywhere there's light green, that's a wood. And the difference between a forest and a wood is that a forest and a wood, they both have trees and they both have lots of animals who live there, but a forest is much bigger. It takes up a lot more space. Okay, and then woodlands are very similar, but they're a bit smaller. So you can see here that around the world, there are lots of forests and lots of woodlands all over the world. So the different continents that we're going to go and visit today and meet some animals from are, the first one is the USA. The USA. And in the USA, in the forest and the woods, we're going to meet some animals. And those animals are a bear. A bear. So a bear lives in the forest and the woods in the USA. So you won't find a bear anywhere near our house, but a bear will live in the forest and the woods in the USA. Also, a chipmunk. Chipmunk. You might meet a chipmunk if you were ever in the woods in the USA. And a raccoon. Raccoon. So these are just some animals that live in the forest and the woods in the USA. Maybe you can do some research and see if you could find another animal. So your mummies and daddies might need to help you, but if you do some research and find another animal that lives in the USA, and you can tell me on tapestry. Well done. Let's go to the next continent. Are you ready? So our next continent is South America. South America. And in South America, there's very special forests. And those forests are called rainforests. Rainforests. And these forests stay very hot all year round. So they don't get cold, they stay hot all year round. And one example of a forest like that is a forest called the Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforest. Okay, so that's some forests that are in South America. So there's another continent, and this continent is called Asia. Asia. Oh, let me just let you see the writing. So there's lots of animals that live in Asia, and in Asia they also have rainforests. Okay, But what's very sad about some of the animals that live in the rainforest is that they're endangered. Can you say endangered? And endangered means that they're at risk of becoming extinct. Extinct. I know that's lots of big words, but extinct means that they might all die. So what's a bit sad is that lots of these forests are being destroyed, and so they're being all cut down, and that means that some of these animals are losing their homes. Okay, so some of the rainforests are in big trouble, and some of the animals are losing their homes. So let's see what animals live in these rainforests in Asia. So you might find a orangutan, and he lives in the forests and in Asia. Also, a Bengal tiger, a Bengal tiger. So a Bengal tiger lives in the rainforest in Asia as well, and he's at risk of losing his home, which is very sad. Our next continent is Australia. Australia. Okay, and in Australia, in the forest, there's some very interesting animals. And this animal that you can see in this picture, he's called a koala bear. Koala bear. Okay, so a koala bear lives in the rainforest, or not in the rainforest, sorry, he lives in the forest in Australia. So there's some more animals that live in the forest in Australia as well. And another animal we're going to look at is a kangaroo. Kangaroo. So this animal that you can see here is a kangaroo, and he lives in the forest in Australia as well. And he's very interesting because he carries his baby in a pouch on his tummy, or the mummy carries the baby on the pouch in a pouch. The next animal that we're going to look at that's in Australia is a rainbow lorikeet. A rainbow lorikeet. And they live in the woodlands in Australia as well. And then right beside Australia, there's a little island. So an island is a little piece of land that's surrounded by the sea or by water. Okay, and on this island is called Tasmania. Tasmania. Okay, and there's forest in Tasmania as well, even though it's just a little island. And a special animal that lives there is called a Tasmanian devil. Tasmanian devil. And another continent that we're going to visit is Africa. Africa. Okay, so in Africa, there's some more animals that live in the forest. Can you see in this picture how massive, how big all these forests are? They go on for miles and miles and miles. It's really, really long. Let's look at some animals that live there. So in an African forest, you might find a gorilla. Gorilla. Okay, and what's very interesting is you would never find this in a forest in England, but you might find an African forest elephant. African forest elephant. Okay, these elephants are one of the smallest breeds of elephants and the smallest elephants in the whole world. That's amazing. And they live in a forest in Africa. So well done, reception. That was a lot of animals and a lot of continents. 6 continents that we went to visit, because there's 6 continents in the world. Okay, remember, continents are big parts of land that people and animals live on. Okay, now what you need to do now is you might need to watch this video a lot of times, because there are a lot of animals and it's a lot to remember, but I know if you keep watching it, you will remember lots more information. Okay, so what your challenge is now is to pick one of those animals, or maybe 2 if you've got lots of time. Pick one and learn something else about it. So you might need to have a look on the internet, or if you have any books, maybe you could find a book that's got one of those animals in that book, and then can you share on Tapestry something that you learn about those animals? Okay, and if that's a bit that's a bit tricky, maybe you could also choose to watch the video. You can pause the video and then you can draw your favorite animal from this video, okay? But remember, you need to try and think what continent he lives on. And if you could tell your mummies and daddies that you know where a bear lives, or you know where a rainbow lorikeet lives, and then you can share that on Tapestry as well, okay? Make sure you watch lots of this video over and over again until you know where these different animals live, okay? Well done. Take care. See you soon. Bye.